So our lead this hour coming from Denver, Russell with muscle, Russell Wilson, who is not the reincarnation of Peyton Manning in Colorado, at least certainly not yet. The good times have not been rolling in the Mile High City. The Broncos off to the least impressive 1-1 start you can get off to. And now Russ is being put on blast, put on notice because of some social media activity. Now, we know Russ has done some things in the past that have caught our attention on our sonar. He has done it again. So if you did not hear about this, and possibly not, maybe you're not in that realm. You don't dabble in the matrix. So the critics have been pouncing on Russell Wilson and what he was doing after the Seahawks win over the really morbid Houston Texans. So a carbon copy, if you will, of Tom Brady and his work. Of course, Tom, very, very, very successful there at making social media sizzle reels and all that. And so Wilson looked like he had hired Tom Brady's guys in the clip, and people pointing out, what are you doing? I mean, come on. You're Russell Wilson. Why are you doing that? You shouldn't need to do that. Why are you going down that road? And so you can stack this one on the pile of strange Russell Wilson moments. So let us discuss the question. What do you make of Russell Wilson copying Tom Brady's social media post-game video? So I've got proprietary blend, Daniel Day-Lewis, and menu. And we will tie all of these things together, and we are going to make Rocky Mountain oysters, which I ate because I lost a bet on the Nuggets and the Clippers a couple of years ago, and it was disgusting. It was the worst thing I've ever had in my mouth. All right, so listen, Russell Wilson is yet again getting bad advice. Do we have to blame Sierra? Is that how that works? Like anything he does that is ridiculous, we just blame the woman? That's usually how that goes.
Go Hawks.
Oh, no, it's Broncos now. So Tom Brady has cornered the market on these post-game video vignettes that his brainchild, not the first to do it, but he's known for that. And he's got a whole team of people that help edit that together professionally. And Brady talks for a few seconds and then puts some highlights in there. Bada bing, bada boom, just like that. And Russell Wilson's rants looking and sounding like a cheap rip-off version. Now, our advice, because you always come to the overnight guy for advice. Our advice, find your own proprietary blend. This is not it. Now, you have Brady, who's got the name brand, and Wilson is like the generic brand. When you're a kid and your parents come home from the store and they give you the generic brand cereal, you're like, no, I don't want that cereal. I want the name brand. Now, Russ, in this clip, he wrote, gotta love winning, first of many, in the caption of the video. He added a let's ride baby to put his fingerprints on the sizzle reel. It was 49 seconds, so it's not that long, but 10 seconds of Russ talking. The rest were just highlights. Longer, but almost identical to the same format that Tom Brady has in his videos. All right, so turning the page on that. Now, why does Russell Wilson lead the NFL in cringe-worthy moments? So we have determined through our minutes-long investigation that Russell Wilson has a gift. I believe we all have gifts. Everyone born has a gift. You might not know what your gift is. Maybe you never find your gift. Some of us do. Some people have multiple gifts. But Russell Wilson's gift here is his secret superpower. Awkward. That's it. He's got an amazing ability to be awkward. Mr. Unlimited, his alter ego. He's like, if Poindexter could throw a football, he'd be Russell Wilson. Trying a little bit too hard. Now, on this latest episode, the latest video here that we're discussing, he's like Daniel Day-Lewis. He's a method actor, right? There will be blood. That famous movie from back in the day. Fully immersing himself in his role, mimicking like a mix of Tom Brady and some others. And this is not his first rodeo. When, we all know the story, when he was in Seattle, which feels like a long time ago, Russell Wilson was a doppelganger of who? That's right, Pete Carroll. He was a doppelganger of Pete Carroll, mimicking the vocal patterns. Even now that he's in Denver, he still has the cadence of his old coach from the Seahawks. All right, now the last word here. So how bleak are things when you take a couple steps back? How bleak are things for the Broncos right now? So it's fair to say that this is not the normal star quarterback changing teams. Normally, when you're the mega star and you change teams, everything is rainbows and lollipops and puppy dogs and bunnies and all that. It has not been that way in the early going here in Colorado. The honeymoon period already over. Because Russ, he's cooking. But nobody seems to like the menu. The menu includes burned popcorn, overcooked plain oatmeal, and unseasoned tofu. That's on the menu. Who wants to eat that? I don't. You can eat that. I'm not going to have. I'm going to fast. So that's what the Mile High squad has been serving up the first couple games of the year. Denver was supposed to be a heavyweight contender. And they have been what? Imposters, frauds. Russell Wilson has a lower passer rating. I know it's only a couple games, but that's all we have to work with. Right now, he's got a lower passer rating than Joe Flacco, the washed-up, rotting carcass of Joe Flacco, and Jacoby Brissett. The replacement, the temporary quarterback in Cleveland, Brissett, has been more efficient than Russell Wilson to begin the year. Now, that wouldn't be a big deal, but the Broncos have played the Seahawks and the Texans. These are teams that, if you look at the projections, are right there near the very bottom of the barrel. They're right there at the bottom of the barrel. And then you look over to the sideline, and you see the guy wearing the shame bell there, Nathaniel Hackett, who has not been able to hack it. It appears that he won some kind of contest, a raffle, make-a-wish contest to be a head coach. Hey, you want to be the head coach of the Broncos? I know you don't know how to run a team, but why not? He tried a 64-yard field goal in the opener to lose to Seattle and had time, ran the clock down to kick the 64-yard field goal rather than going for it on a 4th and 5. Last week was even more embarrassing because the fan tried to help by rhythmically counting down the play clock because the Bronco fan was convinced the players did not know the fundamental of the play clock, like when to snap the ball. That's your new Bronco coach in a nutshell. So Denver is the epitome of a poorly coached team. They lead the NFL in penalties by a country mile so far early on. Self-inflicted wounds, being unable to even stay in your position until the ball is snapped. And so now Denver plays host this weekend to Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers in week 3. That is the Sunday night game. So that means Chris Collinsworth, Mike Tirico, they'll be hanging out, having a fine time schmoozing over there on the Peacock as they talk about that particular game. All right, it is the Ben Maller Show. Good to be here. I'm glad you're part of the nonsense, the madness, as we chop down the overnight hours here, one adequate segment at a time.